Great afternoon, great afternoon. Hey, it's Mr. Bowers coming to you with a nice little short video. You see the topic? I wanted to come on here and rap with y'all a little bit. Let me start off with my intro song of the day. Maybach music, Neptune music. Can't get out with that. Hundreds of red, 50s and black. Rubber band man, smack you with a stack. Put your hands up, got the gun to your back. You just went in, you don't want no way back. You can't snip me, nigga. I am straight crack. Try to stick me, nigga. Get your face snatched. Not even King James could bring your fade back. Owe me money, pay now, fucking lay flat. Cranberries with my homies from the MTV. Forever fresh, start staying to death. You get addicted to the snow. Shout out to Fred. I need it cold, hard, wet like a blow jar with ice. No overbite, two homies for half price. She flipped her hair like a half pipe and curve for curve like I'm swerving on the turnpike. What's your life like? We live it like the dice like 3 stacks a night minus fifth in the coach flight. I'm more like LeBron. They go with Steve 100. Shout out to Enormous. Especially if you're shining, sun come up off it. Catch a beat down, boy, you better run it. Do what you do. Homie, I already done it. What up, Dawn? Where we used to live, I'm the king, check the stomach. Shout out to Nels the boss. This I'll be riding out in the morning. Going home. Shout out to Rugged 1500. Oh, the Pistons? It's a friend. Shout out to the Triple D's. And Sister Letter, son. Told him I'ma get him one. Where I'm from. Y'all the reps keep flagging them. Shout out to GS. TNT keep asking them. When 5 Panthers stamped up. You might just lose it. Asbury Park, Brick City North. That's how we coming on with our own music. This is what I ride out to. How y'all doing this afternoon? Yeah, I figured I'd come on and do something different. Y'all need something different once in a while. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly. You see that food Sophia was making yesterday? I got to go get my plate.
He was a good man. He loved God.
So I'm gonna
he loved and adored me. He was there.
So the video today. Let me find it.
He loved God. He was a man. He loved and adored me.
Sorry. Technical difficulties. This is my second time doing it. All right, so I wanted to do a video. I thought this was perfect this morning. So I'm watching the woman says she broke her engagement off with a good man.
And there's a lot of comments on there. They said something was missing, right? Something was missing. And so then they jumped right on her appearance. You know, I shared the video on my page. They jumped on her appearance. And at first I'm like, damn, well, you know, after reading some of the comments, you're like, damn, well, maybe she's not going to have no good luck finding another good man, right? I rushed to judgment at first. But then it's like, if he wasn't right for her, she explained it well. I'm going to let you listen to it. You know, so I figured this is a good topic because a lot of us fumble the bag.
A praying man. He loved and adored me. He was there for me. He was handsome. He was well educated. He didn't have any kids. He checked all the boxes.
Checked all the boxes.
But there was still something missing. And I just knew that I could not go through with this marriage. There was just something that did not connect. I felt that there should have been a connection between he and I in order for me to be his wife. And so I cut off the engagement. And it was so difficult because he was a good man. It's easy when a person is not good. You can justify why you cut things off, but when a person is truly a good person, it's hard to explain.
And she's beautiful.
So I found myself trying to explain it to family and friends, and they were asking me a whole bunch of questions that, you know, I could not say, you know, exactly why, other than the fact that I just did not feel the connection. There was something that was not there that I needed to be there in order for this to be my husband. And so I stopped trying to explain it and I just trusted my decision and I went on. But then I got an epiphany and it was just like, have you ever been shoe shopping and you saw a nice pair of shoes and it's like, ooh, I love the color. I love the style. The heel is the right size and it's a reasonable price. Like it's on sale and it's a good shoe. But then when you approach the shoe, you see that it's a size 6 and you need a size 7. Does it take away from the fact that the shoe is a good shoe? Does it take away from the fact that you're getting a great deal for the quality? Does it take away from the fact that the heel is still the right size? It doesn't matter. All of that still makes the shoe is still good. But if it's not your size, it's not the shoe for you. And so that is what I had to accept. Yes, he was a good man. But what that feeling was is that he was not a great fit for me. It didn't take away from who he was, but it was just confirmation that he was not a good fit for me. And that leads me to say that some of us are trying to force relationships when we know they don't fit. It doesn't mean that the person is not good. It doesn't mean that they are not good-hearted people. It just means that they're not a good fit for you. So free them up. Don't continue to settle for things that you know is going to cause discomfort in the future. Me purchasing a size 6 shoe when I wear a 7 is discomfort. Don't do it.
Damn. Right? So the first time I listened to it, I'm like, nah, she ain't going to have no luck, right? And then as all the comments, and then she goes on. No. But she was about to marry him, and then she changed her mind, you know what I mean? And the first time I listened to it, I'm like, well, damn, she fumbled the bag. It happens to us. I'm a nice guy, right? I done lost, women. I'm like, damn, how did I lose this woman? And I thought I was doing all the right things. But at some point, I mean, as far as going too far as to accept the marriage, then be like, you take it back. You don't want to get married. You see a lot of relationships now. Somebody can have a good guy or we can have a good woman. And Facebook alone, social media alone could ruin your shit. You got enough people on there, you're looking at, you begin to lust, and then people selling shit online. So then you're like, well, damn, I might want to pay $100, fuck your relationship up, But is she wrong? I don't think she was wrong. She got a lot of heat, but she really explained herself because some of us be in relationships, good and well, it's not going to work, right? For example, I'm going to give a couple examples today. I have a couple friends that get in a relationship with a lady, and they know good and well that they're not going to be with them. So instead of just being honest, right, they just kind of drag them along and just so they could so nobody else will have them, right? We're just going to keep them so nobody else could have access to them. And what she did, I'm like, damn, that was so noble of her. He's a good man, right? Just off of that alone, he could find somebody. Let her tag him in that shit with his name, and I'm sure that he's going to find, she ain't wrong, but she ain't right either. Yeah. She's not, I mean, at the end of the day, with that, I think that she is very unselfish. And I'm like, damn, we're not giving her credit for acknowledging that, yo, listen, this shit ain't going to work. So I'm not even though that you're perfect, you're the perfect guy and you're handsome. Oh my God, we do the same thing with women, right? Like I've been in relationships. I know that, but I fair enough. I would give you fair warning. Like, even since I was young, I dated women who always cleaned the house and cleaned the sink at night, you know? So you get a relationship with somebody who just keep the house dirty, keep the sink full of dishes, you know? You know, so you have a woman like that, and I'm like, well, it's certain things that's going to have to change in order for us to stay together, because you don't have to deal with the shit. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't deal with it. For another example, I had someone who didn't kept laundry everywhere. I gave her like 90 days. You know, if that shit don't change within 90 days, I'm not even gonna waste your time. Because I know it would just drive me crazy, you know. But a lot of clutter and chaos, that comes from your mind not being at ease also. So we got to think about that. That's how you become a hoarder and all that, because you got so much shit going on. So simple things like even making a bed, right? I read that book when I was away. And just to start your day off with completing a task, you know, that kind of sets the tempo for your day, just doing something in the morning. You know, you're completing the task early, and it helps your day throughout the day. You know, so I never was into like closure and things like that. And then I had this female, man. Everything, I thought it was like, this is many years ago. I done got into beef with her baby daddy. I done try to beat her boyfriend up. You know, couple times I've rescued her. The guy was like beating on her, for example. Like he was just beating on her. And one time he called me and was like, yo, come get her. And I'm like, what's the address? I didn't know where he was. I didn't know the address, but I really went down there looking. And then once he called me, I got his number. So I called him so much that he went to the police on me. Right? You started the game. Like, so I kept calling him. But the thing is, the point is, my water went out, right? I lost my hot water went off. So she was like, "Lo, listen, you've been good to me, you cool, but I cannot stay in I can't take a shower in cold water." Boom. That was the end of that. And I was like, damn. To me, I was like, damn, I was like kind of heartbroken. I'm like, you done put me in beef with somebody I even know. I didn't even know you. Like, it just so happened I actually knew her baby father, but I didn't know that was her baby father. I never asked. You know, you meet somebody somewhere and it just so happens they baby fathers from Neptune and live around the corner for you type shit. Like, I don't be knowing these things. I don't ask them questions. So at some point you're supposed to say that before you actually start, you know, dealing with somebody. Let them know exactly what they're dealing with. But at the end of the day, when my hot water went, she hauled ass. And then years later, she kind of gave me a little closure. And I was like, oh, shit. Because I'm like, yo, man, I went to war with these guys over her. And she was like, Self, you was wildin'. So she was like, Self, you was wildin'. Back then I was actually wildin'. Then I had to remember, like, yeah. She's like, yo, you was living dangerous. And I was. And at any given time, everybody was going. We all was going away. We all was going to jail. And a big paddy wagon, right? So I understood that part. I said, damn, well, sometimes when I leave people alone, I don't even give them that closure to why. But normally I would tell somebody exactly, you know, we can't do this. This is what we can't do. Because I'm not going to sign up for it. You know, so with this woman having this good guy, And at the end, she didn't see that. You know, so a lot of times we're in relationships, we never want to be friends. We just want to fuck. Excuse my language. You know, we could take more time to be friends with people. Because I heard that men and women can't be friends unless it's some type of sexual relationship. I don't know how y'all feel about that, or do y'all agree? But growing up, I had 3 female best friends. You know, Tasha Bray, Kanye Grant, and then Nikki Saunders. And I think I went through the most with Kanye, though. You know, but Tasha used to always call me. She beefed with her boyfriend. Come get me. They used to look at me funny. And then, but yeah, so people never liked me because of that. But it's a possibility that you could actually be friends with a female without actually having sex with them. You know, some people don't see it that way because they're constantly horny. You know, I posted a video on my Bowers 365 group, and y'all welcome to join if y'all, you know, I just post things in there that when you get tired looking at that dumb shit all day that's draining your energy, it's some good videos that you could go on there and check out, you know. So Zaza Ali, I follow her. I missed her, then she came back on the YouTube. So basically she was saying how, you know, she's celibate. You know, she's really not dating, but she still has males that she speaks to for guidance. You know, and it's important to have healthy relationships. And I know that, for example, that lady, she just said she took it upon herself to say, well, I don't see it. It's okay not to see it with people, but it takes courage to be like, damn, you know, even if you got a provider and you'd be like, I just don't see it. It could have been something. I'm looking, maybe the sex wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't feel comfortable, you know, if that's going to be the last person you're going to have sex with. Or the temptation of sleeping around with somebody else is always going to be there. Or, you know, or you feel that you could get over on some people. You just might be like, nah, you know what? We're just going to be friends. Don't mistake friendship for patience. Yeah. I mean, how do you see that, man? You want to come on here? Yeah, you could, but you can be friends and have, like, you know, people do different shit. You could be like, all right, this is my friend forever. I knew this person. Oh, you're saying, oh yeah. You could be friends after the hookup. Yeah, you know, you might be having one of those nights. Y'all could be hanging out. Y'all go somewhere, you know, go on vacation. Or do something and you have that one slip-up night. You know, everybody horny. Yeah, it happens. But as far as you could be friends with a female without just wanting to sleep with them. And, like, I encourage it. You know, over the years, you're trying to date the Miss America. You're looking for Miss America, right? Miss America, you can have that one friend that you tell all your problems to, then you still go fuck with somebody else. That's the one you sleep with. You just talk to one of your friends. You know, that's the one, the air, because that motherfucker, other person not trying to hear it. I get that part too. But to see it and have the strength, I give her credit for that. That takes courage to walk away from something, especially when it's comfortable. It's easy, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't see it, I definitely, I could respect that. But the comments, even the things that she had to go through just because her family didn't understand, how could you let this good man go? But you'll know when a person's for you. And, you know, sometimes you can start off as friends and allow people to learn your boundaries and what you're not going to tolerate. And I think that's better sometimes, so then you know what you're getting into before you even decide if you're going to date somebody or not, right? That makes sense. Do that make sense? Because you might get hit with that 52 fake out. Hey, Del, remember that 52 fake out, man? Yo, you used to look at me like, yo, 5'2"? Just let me know. That 5'2" was me and we out of here. You know, so I wanted to see how y'all really felt, because a lot of people were saying that you dropped the bag because you had a good guy and you let him go, but not everybody's for you. You know, even with her saying the shoe size, you know, with her comparing her relationship to a shoe size, And that, I'm like, damn, well, it could have been the sex, you know? I had this, I met this woman, and she was telling me how crazy her ex was. She was scared to date because her ex he was a killer, and he's this and that. And then when she told me who he was, and I started laughing, he was from Tenton Falls, but she was so afraid of him. She was so afraid of this guy, and I'm like, damn. But whatever their situation was, and she still didn't say why she couldn't be with him, but it was a reason she couldn't be with him. And you know, so I guess she kind of let him go easy, but he wasn't trying to hear it. But he, you know, but it was what it was. You know, I got it, then I fumbled. I dropped it, you know. She tricked me. But you get over it. Some people, that's why it's important to know people. And to know that, you know, some people are not going to tolerate anything. So, Phil, you watching me? You working and watching me? Here's some moringa. I want that curry chicken, though. The rice and beans, I'm telling you right now. Hats off, that shit was rocking. I got to start putting seasoning in my food now. I ain't going to hold you. I'm so mad I shared some with Star. Yeah, so people drop the ball all the time, man. And I don't think that she was wrong. Because if you know, we don't be thinking that far ahead of, damn, can I see myself with this person in 10 years? You know what I'm saying? You know, we wait so long, and then it's like we 50 and 60 and still out here trying to be choosy or who we're going to be with. You know, even 70. I seen a lady on a balloon thing. She was like 70 years old. And she still turned somebody down because he was too short. Some crazy stuff. At this point, you just want a companion, right? Damn, someone you could just call your own. But, hey, I love you too. There you go. But what's your thoughts on that? I thought that was a powerful video, man. You know, people are gonna. A good man can't allow a woman to feel protected. He has no true value to her, regardless the bag. Yeah, but you also want. You know, I've been in situations where I just know it ain't gonna work because of somebody's need for attention. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much attention you give them, they still going to seek it from some other place. The quicker you learn that shit, the better off you are. And you don't want the person that's going to go out and get you in trouble every time you're outside. You know, she's not going to listen. She's going to fight and argue with everybody. Then that puts you in a bad position. It's plenty of times somebody had their girlfriend out and they end up getting beat up because of their girlfriend. Matter of fact, shit, I got punched in my face for defending a woman that was trying to fight a guy. You know, I got jumped over that, and I was just trying to calm this woman down only because she was my neighbor. I didn't even know her. But she was yelling in the guy's face, and then they jumped me. So, shit like that, you got to get the hell out of there because you won't survive. You know what I'm saying? You see it over and over in these videos where the woman is arguing with the guy, and the guy has a gun, and she's steady arguing, then a man come up and he gets shot without even knowing that the guy actually had a gun. Right? How many times has that happened to somebody where they lost their life because their woman is arguing with a man which is not even her place? You know, the same thing with a man arguing with a damn woman. That's just crazy. You know, but it happens and shit like that. You got to see it quick. Like, I know that it could be a good woman, but if you know that she pop off at the mouth and she likes to fight and be aggressive towards men, you know that you're going to have to deal with some type of, is it a consequence? Maybe it's a consequence. You're going to have to deal with something, you know what I'm saying? So protecting your own peace would be your highest priority. So self-preservation. So maybe you might not want that relationship. She didn't go into great details, but everything was good except for something. One thing. What was that one thing? I hope that she told him, because now he's going to have a complex. And he didn't even have no kids. Damn. You know, maybe he wasn't a protector. I don't know. He checked all the buttons for the woman, man. So, but I could see how that can go either way, you know. So, but I wouldn't judge her, which I first initially did until I watched the video again and really listened to her. She didn't see it. You got to be able to see it, man. You got to be able to see it. That's why it's always good to be friends with somebody first. Then I posted another video in the Bowers 365 group. First thing I seen this morning, this lady came on there and she was saying that, you know, we got to learn our triggers, and men, we can't, you know, we can't date with our penis. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Without you understanding who you are and all that. There was a whole bunch of stuff addressing your traumas before we get into these relationships. And that goes for both of us. We all deal with traumas. And some people just, like me, I was addicted to that shit. Addicted to chaos. Bad scouting, nah, man. Who's, you know? Yeah, sometimes, you know, we don't be thinking straight, man. But, I mean, as far as even if you pick the wrong one, you still got, it's a whole application process, man. You got to take them to interviews. You know, instead of spending all these money on dates and shit, take them somewhere quiet. But you never really get the first, yeah, but you never get the original version of somebody right away, man. It could take years, you know what I'm saying? Years of being around somebody to actually learn them. They're good ones. But if you have that eye, then you could actually figure people out. You know, you could have people who don't like you to lie to them. And you could try to, one lie could ruin everything. You know what I'm saying? One lie could ruin everything, man. I'm trying to get my boy on here, Tariq. I spoke to him earlier and shit. So we was at this program and, like, he was like big on people lying and shit, right? But to me, I'm just like, I didn't look at it like that. But then right then and there, from somebody telling you that first lie, then you're like, damn, you know, you just can't fuck with that person. So he, you know, this guy came up to us and said a whole bunch, like, yo, man, I just got strip searched, da-da-da-da-da. Me, I would have let it go. So he went and asked somebody else. He went and asked the dude, yo, did y'all strip search him? And they was like, no. And they said he was lying. And my thing was, I didn't even say nothing right away because the guy was like, I didn't say that. So I'm like, yo. My thing is, why the fuck would you even say it? Why would you? Nobody even asked you that for that information. You volunteered a lie, right? So now you're like, damn. He volunteered a lie for no reason, but Tariq checked it. Me, I would have just let it go because I wasn't even off that energy. But just after that, I looked at him totally different. Every time he tried to talk to me, I'm just like, that's crazy. And I went back to him and then asked him, why did he lie? Why did he say it if it didn't happen? He said, no, it did happen, but I don't want no problem because I'm on a bracelet. And I'm like, so I'm looking at him. But you'd rather it be a problem for you because you're on a bracelet than let somebody call you a liar when you're telling the truth? Right? So he didn't say nothing. I'm like, but that's just crazy. You're going to let somebody call you a liar and you know you're not a liar and you're telling the truth about something. So that just said, I'm not fucking with him either. But the point was, I would have never even thought about that until he volunteered a lie for no reason. Like, why would you volunteer a lie? You know, that ends friendships. You know, if you're in a relationship for a while, and sometimes that's all people have is the trust. Right? The trust. That's it. That's that traumatic thing you have to, we're still dealing with that, a lot of people. So in that video this morning, she was like, you got to, people got to learn your traumas and you got to address your traumas as well so they can know what not to do. And right there, that's a damn red flag. Once somebody start lying for no reason, that's even worse. I mean, I understand people lie, but to make up a lie for no reason without somebody asking you. So me and my past relationships and prior relationships, I would ask the question. If I know the answer, if I already know, like I would even wait. Like I would just hold off and then ask you when you're like drunk. I'll wait for you. No matter how long, I would just wait for you to get drunk and ask you the question I know the answer to just to see your reaction. So then I could pick up on other times you lie. You know what I'm saying? Because when you become defensive, doesn't always mean you're lying. It could just, it doesn't always mean you're lying when you become defensive. But those reactions, you could actually judge people for when you do ask them questions on how they react. I study body language. That's what I do. Pretty good at it. So I don't know. I thought it was a great video, a great topic, because people fumble people all the time and we don't know why. It could have been, I think it could have been sexual with him. He was just such a nice guy. She didn't want to, you know, put that out there in the universe. But that's what I kind of got. Everything else was good. But once she compared it to her shoes, she wears a size 7 and the shoe was a 6. It just didn't fit. I said, yeah, well, maybe that was the reason. But she didn't want to say that because I guess, well, maybe she's still young. Yeah, we got to get up soon, man. We got to get up soon. See, my man was trying to get me to get some tickets to the that Mayweather fight. And I just told him, I said, yo, we going to wait till our birthday to get them tickets because, you know, they always be changing fights. And now today they talking about that shit postponed. But we got to get together and do something, man. We got a comedy show. Yeah. We got a comedy show coming up. We're going to in Atlantic City the first weekend in May. It's going to be off the chain. Something over the summer. But I gotta send you my number too. I got like 2 new numbers. Other one, you know, other ones are done. So now I want to tell you about some products. This Shilajit. It has everything in it. I just think with my insanity, right? I done did a video and I told y'all before, never take this shit at night. Saturday night, I missed my dosage. So I just want to get it in. I took it at 5 o'clock. And then when I got off of work at 9, I couldn't even go to sleep. It has sea moss and everything in here. I had a better blend. Blend with the moringa. This has the bladderwrack, magnesium. It's a whole bunch of good stuff in here. But I have a whole different one with moringa and stuff like that. I like that a little bit better. And black seed oil. This is something I tried today. I think I'm going to get smarter. I think I might get smarter taking this neural health. Yeah, so this is a brain and mind thing. I don't know. I think my mind's okay. I'm getting low on my black maca. These are products that's going to help you survive, man. And I have something else. This is for like eye health and stuff. It's all for your eyes. I didn't get a chance to post it. All this stuff for your eyes so you can see if somebody not good for you or not. What do you think about that? This one's not even open yet. You know, it's always good to get some products and keep them on the shelf. You never know when you're going to get sick. I got to get me some more Colloidal Silver. Back to the basics, you know. Back to the basics. I definitely need some more Colloidal Silver, but that Shilajit, I know a lot of people I started seeing them posted that they were getting it after watching my videos. The shit is really good for you. I felt it immediately when I first started taking it. But from experience, do not take that shit at night. You can take the moringa still, like, you know. I'm drinking it now. What time is it? 2 o'clock. I'm good. I could drink this actually with my dinner too. It doesn't affect me as far as keeping me up. But it's a lot of powerful ingredients. Peace, A-Rab. I'm going to come see you this weekend for another cut. You know, I seen you up there early at the gym the other day, man. You should have hit me up. You should have hit me up. I would have came with you. I was out there walking. I seen that Alpha Gym. I'm excited about that, man. I seen the yeah, well, her OnlyFans page. I don't want it, man. Man, you too cheap for a stripper. She ain't gonna last with you anyway, man. Well, y'all don't know how you are now, but back then, we're gonna drink to that. As long as she can support herself, that's cool. I'd rather somebody else than me have to give somebody some money. You know, the story of my life. But yeah, I wanted to address that. Maybe you guys could have a conversation later or just watch the video on my page. I thought it was worth me having a conversation because sometimes we pass judgment like, damn, that person was good as hell. And you never know, they just wasn't the right match. Everybody has a match. You know that, right? even with astrology, you have like somebody could be your sign, your numbers. You could be compatible with somebody with the same birthdays, the same numbers and shit like that, because you have a lot of the same interests. You know, like Cancers, as far as myself, we're like nature people. You would be attracted to somebody that's more into nature, and then somebody else would be attracted to inside. And, you know, things of that nature. I mean, and then it's just up to the personalities to meet up. But I thought this was a good topic. I hope y'all come on here and have some feedback. I wasn't taking any jabs at people, of course not. I was just having a different conversation. Because, damn, she got a lot of heat, man. They was talking about her bangs. They talking about, and she's a beautiful woman. They were just talking all shit about her, and she made sense. You know, she made sense for her decision of leaving her engagement or not getting married because she didn't think it was going to work out. But, damn, you didn't have to accept it, you know? I mean, you think hard on it. Sometimes we pray and, you know, we get our sign maybe a little late, but we know that somebody's not right for you. It's okay. Not everybody's going to be right for you. You know, but the longer you wait, you know, it cuts down on your chances of ever finding somebody because all the good people will be taken, you know. Or you might, the guys, same thing with the guys. You might want a woman that find a good woman, but she's just always in the house. She's just quiet and you like, I want to be outside. We want to be outside. And then once you lose that and you surrounded by that chaos and you're like, damn, I could have just stayed my ass in the house. You know, it's just a learning lesson, but it's your preference. So my thoughts of that is I think that she was really honest, and it takes courage because people waste your time, you know, or like these basketball stars and everybody else is finding out they're getting these women and not even after a year, they just getting a divorce and taking their bread, you know what I'm saying? But if you was to take that time to be a friend of somebody, you would know if they was right for you, right? Because you get a chance to watch somebody. You get a chance to watch somebody. You gotta watch them. You gotta watch people, man. Without even saying nothing, is observing, right? Doing the knowledge. Because you could be around people. I'm telling you, I do it too. Even with how you used to see me in a bar, right? So if I'm holding my phone up and I'm taking a video, I'm still watching the people behind me. I can see them in the video, and you can see their expression. Or you turn quick and look at somebody and see how they're looking at you. You know, you see who's really clapping and who's not clapping. Or no matter what, or just want that attention on them. You know what I'm saying? That's a dangerous thing too, you know? They got to be the center of attention. And those are people you really got to avoid too. With that being said, man, thank you guys for watching. I wanted to do this video. I wanted to talk about some other things, but I thought that was cool, man. That was a good something you guys could watch. I know y'all watch a whole bunch of bullshit all day. That shit is draining. I spend a lot of time on Facebook going and ignoring people's shit. Ignore for 30 days. Unfollow. I don't even follow these people. They just come up with, you know, I don't want to see that shit all day. Like, what are you getting out of Facebook? What are you at the end of the day? Oh, Miss Alyssa, how are you? I would do anything for some coquito right now, but I can't drink. That Mama Coquito, the best ever. Best ever. And, you know, people just like they want to drink mine. Then they want to buy it. I try to sell it for you. They don't even want to buy it. They just want to drink my shit. So now I need a non-alcoholic one this time coming around. You know what I'm saying? Because that was it. I'll probably see you at Kev Party. So thank you guys for watching. It's a nice discussion, something different. And sometimes we do fumble the bag. Or we fumble the prize. I'm not calling a woman a bag or calling a man a bag, but if it makes sense to you, I mean, because her defense or why she left him, he was just a good guy. He was just too good. Sometimes people want, you know, a little bit of thug or some shit like that. They watch the videos, the thug and all that, and they want like somebody with more action. Like, you know, I guess so. It depends. That chaos is real, man. People love chaos. But at this point, I'm over that shit. All right, peace and love.